First, it's a love story. It's a gorgeously told love story about two artists who created their art during a very challenging time. They met in the early 1900s, and their love story encompasses World War I, the Russian Revolution, and World War II. And so I hope that audiences will appreciate not only just the purity of the love story, but the complexity of the love story and how amazing it was that these two flourished both in art and in love during this difficult time. Many of us know Marc Chagall's work. Few of us, I think, really knew that Bella Chagall was also an artist in her own right, a gorgeous writer, and an actress, and equally rich and colorful in her work, just in a different genre. And so it was really wonderful to learn about Bella and who she was as an artist, because I feel as though she was really hidden during that time, and it's just been so meaningful to learn about her and learn about how much she truly inspired Marc Chagall. But I studied hundreds and hundreds of Chagall's paintings, from his early work all the way to his latest work. He lived well into his 90s, so he had thousands and thousands of pieces, and I used very specific paintings to create the staging. So, and you'll see that throughout. There are other movement sequences as well where we use very specific paintings to see the imagery and to show the imagery that the audience will see on stage. From the start, I knew that I wanted several lifts within the piece, and I knew the perfect person to consult for these lifts, Jessica Deere, and she was amazing in sort of taking the thoughts I had about where these lifts would be most effective and why and what they represented, and creating these gorgeous moments that quite literally lift us into Chagall's work. What is so interesting and fascinating about this piece is that it's not just a story about Marc and Bella Chagall, which is fascinating in itself because the Chagalls were such interesting people. But what makes it even more fascinating is how the writers used music to integrate so fully inside the storytelling. What we see in this piece are everything from Russian folk songs to Yiddish folk songs to slices of Tchaikovsky to original music to these amazing arrangements that our music director Michael Mahler was able to do. So the story becomes this whirlwind of the Chagall story, along with this incredible music that so beautifully uplifts the story before our eyes. It's such an unusual piece, how it's written, how the music integrates with the story, how language plays a huge role. And I've always been fascinated with movement, and this piece lends itself to all different types of movement, from lift work to deconstructed movement, to movement used as storytelling. So I knew it was my kind of piece. And I thought that, I hoped that my aesthetic would be a good fit for it. And so it's just, I think audiences will be absolutely delighted with these four incredible human beings who create this piece. I don't think they'll see anything like it